Hi everyone, and welcome to Transfiguration 103. This is week 3 and we're going to be working on the thumb opening of the DragonScale mitts. So there's the thumb opening. So to start the thumb opening, we're going to work rounds 1 to 3 of a scale pattern. And then we're going to need some scrap yarn. I suggest something that's contrasting color. I'm going to use about a foot worth of red heart here. And how this thumb opening is going to work is something new. I've never done something like this before. But you're going to knit with the scrap yarn into the pattern. And then when you're done with knitting the entire glove, to do the thumb, we're going to be taking out the scrap yarn and picking up stitches that way. Like I said, I've never done this before, so it'll be a learning experience for the both of us. So, pause the video here and work rounds 1 through 3 of scale pattern. And also make sure that you have contrasting color yarn. If you don't, you can use like a section of the tail end of the yarn. It's just easier to have the contrasting color to know the difference. Alright, so pause it here and I will knit the first 3 to show you how to do round 4. So I've completed rounds 1, 2, and 3, and now we're going to start round 4 of the thumb gusset. For round 4, it says you're going to knit 2, and then you're going to knit 7 with scrap yarn. After you knit 7 with the scrap yarn, you're going to move them. You're going to just slide them back over to your left-hand needle. And then you're going to knit the remaining stitches of the round, including the stitches on the scrap yarn, using the main yarn. So let's get this done. Alright. So we're going to knit 2. There we go. And then pick up your scrap yarn. What I do is I leave like a little bit of a tail and I hold it in my other hand. And then I'm going to knit 7 with this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so my 7 one is going to be over here. Remember mine's a little shorter because I have teeny tiny hands. There we go. And 7. And now you're going to just slide these stitches with the contrasting color back onto your working needle, which is the left hand one. And now you're going to continue knitting with your, well, my orange yarn, or whatever color you're making your mitts out of. I'm just going to tighten up my contrasting color yarn. And then you're going to just keep knitting for this entire row. Tighten that up some more. Oh, these stitches are the ones that are twisted from my fixing a scale. Yeah. Okay. So now we have this contrasting color in our glove, or yours might not be so contrasting. And I'm going to just kind of shove that in there. So when we come back to do the thumb, we're going to just be removing this yarn and picking up stitches there. Alright, so what do we do next? Now we're going to work round 4 of scale pattern, omitting the stitch wrapping while knitting the 7 stitches on the scrap yarn, only for this pattern, or for this one. So what is round 4? Round 4 is when you knit 2 and then insert the right hand needle. So you're going to basically be knitting for the first 9 stitches. And then you're going to knit here and then do the scale here. Alright, let's get started there. Now I've never done a thumb gusset like this before. I actually find this an interesting way to add on a thumb to a glove. And I'm curious to how it's going to turn out, because I've never done it before. Alright, so now we're going to knit 2. Pick one up back to front. Knit 2. Bring this one over. Right, knit 2, back to front, knit 2, and slide this over. And then you're going to just continue doing that for the rest of the round. It's a little not in line, I guess is the word I want to use, because you can definitely tell that it's missing a row, but I think it's kind of interesting. So yeah, finish up the last needle, and that's it for this week. Week 3 seems a little easy to this week. Alright, see you next week.